Hello there, and welcome to Democracy 3. This is a political simulator, and the reason why I am doing this, well, you may know why, but is to show why we should give economic and political resources to help the environment. And today, my party is going to be the Green Party. Let's just say Dr. Jill Stein became president instead of who we know won. Anyways, our opponents will be, how about, oh yes, mean people who don't, come on, there we go, don't like, yeah, there we go, the Earth Party. Yep, there it is. And this is a pretty accurate simulator, but to make our deficit more accurate, put it around the 20% difficulty, so it can be more like it is in America. And America is one of the largest polluters in the world, and also where I live. So we're going with America. And just for you, I am going to speed up this video a little bit, and congratulations, you are now the president. All their lives and problems are in your hands. Great. So I've sped this up by like, what is it, 1.75 speed, so instead of being a 30-minute video, it's only about 20. Have fun. Anyways, there's multiple things you can see. These little red circles are bad things, blue circles are just things, sort of, not good or bad, it's just an overall thing. As you can see, car usage, productivity, it just shows you if it's going up or down or not. And so I want to look at environment first, because all is what we are going to be doing is affecting things that will help the environment. As you can see, it's not too well, and the environment is so bad, as you can see, it is helping pollution, because green is good and red is bad, and positive for negative is a negative. So there's that. So if I didn't say this already, my basic, I guess you could say, thesis is that we should allocate resources to fight pollution and environmental impacts, or like drilling for oil per se, or cutting down trees, saving the environment overall. And I'd argue that in the process you're making many more jobs, and also you're not killing people by polluting the air. And one thing I did, let's crank up science funding there, because you may not think of this at first. However, as you can see there, it boosts energy efficiency, which energy efficiency, if you have a higher energy efficiency, it can lower pollution. So that's what we're going to do for our first quarter as President of the United States. And I was going to say something. Music got better. I'm actually talking over this, so things might not sound coherent. In other words, I recorded the video first, and then I'm talking over this. And so here's our budget sheet. Typically, you can see that we just spent more on science. As you can see, our deficit risen a little bit. Our expenditures are up, but that's what we did for our first quarter. And I think I said, did I say this? I don't know. But let's go. If you can see here, look at the GDP. Boosting the petrol tax or gas tax is not hurting the GDP at all. It's not hurting the economy. However, we boost it to a point where you get more out of it, and also it's a deterrent from using your gasoline. And there's that. And also car tax, by increasing car tax, makes people not really want to have a car and maybe use public transport or bike around of some sort. You could use the money from car tax to help pay for public transportation and other things, and other taxes. Airline tax, basically a tax for when you go on an airplane. It can hurt GDP, but as you will see, if you crank it down all the way around that, well, that's like a fraction of a percent. So, and yes, that's the point where it doesn't hurt GDP, but let's at least go 1%. 1%. Hurts it a little bit. It doesn't hurt tourism too bad. Everyone's happy. You know, it helps the environment. The government gets more money to give you stuff. like, whatever plastic tax, I don't even care. I'll max that out all the way. I don't care. Like, honestly, just use a reusable bag. Come on now, people. Let's think now. Anyways, I got rid of. There's a mechanic in this where you essentially have Congress. Well, it's not Congress. It's weird. You elect your cabinet, and your cabinet gives you political power, which is Congress. But I eliminated that so I can essentially I'm a dictator now, but I can do stuff much easily. So as you can see, if I had that in place, I couldn't do all these tax increases given the political quarter. And around 62% of a carbon tax seems fine to me. I know it hurts the economy, or GDP, lowers GDP real bad because you're putting restrictions on business. However, the amount of money you would generate from that carbon tax would offset how much GDP you lose. So everything kind of balance out. I mean, you want high GDP, and you have high GDP, you get more tax revenue, which is goody. Always want to check that budget sheet, and we are currently running a $77 billion surplus per quarter. And as you can see, the economy dropped a little bit, but I have a strong prediction that it's not gonna stay the same. Pollution controls, we will implement major fines because we will make air great again. We're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be a carbon wall. That's not gonna be a carbon wall. It's gonna be anti-carbon wall. Scrubbers, you know, the stuff they put in chimneys to get rid of all the nasty stuff. Ugh. Anyways, hybrid car initiatives, albeit it makes car usage go up, so more people are going to have a car. However, the cars are on the road will not necessarily be as much of something that pollutes the air. Also, one fun fact is that the scientists found that cars, like when you use your brakes, the material on the brakes will come off and go into the atmosphere and can really mess up your lungs. Oh no, stress epidemic. Well, we don't care about people being under stress. We care about the environment, see? Please go away. I don't care about the stress epidemic. Something I didn't mention, for some reason, this goes really slow for me. That's partly the reason I increased it by 1.75 speed. Anyways, and today, this quarter, we are going to implement new policies. So first we did the science, then we did the taxes, and then we did the stuff that was already implemented. And now we're going to do things like clean energy subsidies, some new policies. As you can see, it's good for the environment. It lowers CO2 emissions, obviously, because it's clean. CO2 emissions, not clean, and it increases energy efficiency. And why would you not want to increase energy efficiency? I mean, unless you're like some guru, not guru, or CEO at a coal or oil company that just wants your energy to be ineffectively used, so you just have to keep on drilling. Recycling is very popular, as you see with Americans. Something I forgot to mention, given what country you go to, or in America, what different things the populace like changes. Different, what you start with is different, obviously, so forth. So there is a rhyme and a reason why I picked America, not only because mostly because it's the largest polluter in the world, besides China. Anyways, a mandatory microgeneration. Basically, it's a slap on a solar panel on your house, or something similar, or put gray water tanks. Well, that's more so home regulations, but I mean, I guess both are synonymous with each other. Go down. Thank you. Smart meter program. And not really sure what it does. I'm not really sure what it does, but it's good for the environment. It's wonderful. It's tremendous. Believe me. We will make air great again. We will make the earth, the environment, tremendous. It's going to be amazing. Increases energy efficiency. Why does it? I don't know. Sorry, I forgot to mention, do not mind the trial thing. I cannot get that off, because I am cheap. Really cheap. Oh, why is it that you like the other thing when you don't like home regulations? I don't care. We're a dictator. We're gonna implement it. There's no one stopping me from doing it. It's amazing. America with only the executive branch. I wonder how much bad news bears we'd be in with if we just did that. It's wonderful. Tremendous. Stop kind of saying that stuff. Anyways, let's check our budget report for the quarter again. Wow, the world economy is tanking, and our GDP, or is good measuring, or a good way to measure our economy, is stable almost. And the American economy is very much tied to the world economy. So if the world economy crashes, America's economy is going to have be very, very similar to how the world economy is going. However, or have a large influence on it. However, our economy is essentially stable right now. As you can see, I haven't done anything else except only implement plans that will help the environment. As you see there, I did a telecommuting initiative, which basically gets people off the roads, and instead of basically initiative to where you can work at home, essentially, to get cars off the roads. And you can understand, if you have less cars, well then everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be good. Clean fuel subsidies, why would you not just say, hey, the government's like, hey, Shell and ExxonMobil, how about you not put really bad stuff in your gasoline that's gonna even be worse for the environment? Car emission limits basically says, hey, cars or car manufacturers, try to make it so you can't just put excess amount of, I can't think of the word, my goodness, exhaust in the air. That's what I'm pretty sure it even said that in the policy. I don't even know what I'm talking about. MPG standards means, oh no. Why do that many people like closing the airport? MPG standards basically says cars need to at least use this amount of gasoline to go this many amount of miles, or yeah. So if you use let's say, I don't know, a gallon of gas is gonna go how many miles? Which, I don't know, like 40 or so. I don't know how those things work. I'm not very mechanic-y guy. Anyways, budget report, please. Still running that surplus, and look at that world economy. My goodness, must have been hit a bubble. And one thing, I actually did record this beforehand. However, none of the memory was saved. Just want to look at the productivity for a second, for something a little different. Doesn't really have to do anything with environment. More of an economic issue, but I think if some of these policies have increased productivity, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure because I really don't remember. Micro generation grants. Basically, this says, hey people, you want to build a solar panel? Or you want to have a wind turbine? Here's some cash. Or you don't have to pay as many taxes. Which I know the people that wanted Amendment 1 said they wanted that. However, or for that reason, however, I didn't like it because it basically says, hey, if you don't have these, you don't have to pay taxes. It's kind of a really stupid idea. Anything over here in public service, keep the country tidy. That really doesn't do anything. I'm pretty sure it just makes environmentalists happy. Oh yes, amazing. Oh, so we should how that a majority of the population. Wonderful. We live in a great country. It's amazing. I'm actually going to implement bus subsidies, and you say, wait, why are you implementing bus subsidies? Because public transport is puts less hurt on the environment. It because, for example, an airplane puts out a lot of pollution. However, remind yourself that it goes a lot farther distance in a very shorter amount of time, and can carry hundreds of people, unlike a car. So, in other words, I'm saying, although it be grossly a large polluter, run that deficit there, no can do, in the word of Hall Notes. That's a great song. Anyways, as I was saying, grossly is a very bad polluter. However, per capita, or per person, it's very nice. And, So if you have more people on a bus, it lowers that pollution per person. And let's look at this asthma epidemic here, because as we've been helping, oh yes, look at that. You can see it's going down because of our policies that we've taken to help the environment. Can we check how that's going? And so yes, one fact: New York City, although grossly is a very, very polluted and nasty city, per capita is the cleanest in America, the world. Not 100% sure. But, sorry that it didn't show. Basically it was gonna show. Oh, God, Windows. Oh, higher productivity. So that's gonna give us a nice boost in the economy. But, Windows encoder does not like to record nicely. It's great. I remember why I got rid of it in the first place. And notice, new car subsidy day. Notice I'm not putting anything extreme in here. I'm not banning all airports. I'm not limiting cars in the cities. I'm not banning low MPG cars. I'm not doing any of these, like, considered extreme stuff. This is moderate stuff, and you might think, new car subsidies, that's pretty extreme. But remember, under President Obama, at the very beginning, he implemented cash for clunkers policy, where the government said, hey, if you have an old car, we'll buy it from you and you can get a new one that is better for the environment. And look at that, pollution is no longer a problem in America. Look at that surplus. Look how our economy, our GDP has increased while the world economy is crashing. Look at our popularity. It's amazing. Let's go on the next term. Didn't do anything this quarter, but let's go on to our next quarter. Let's see how everything turns out. It's amazing. Terrorists captured. Credit rating upgraded. It's good. Our interest rates are going down. It's a great thing. Our economy is... Look at this. Look at this. Look how much our GDP has increased while the global economy is tanking. We have a surplus. It's amazing. It truly is amazing. An asthma epidemic is no longer going to be a problem by the next quarter. It's amazing. Just by implementing these very, dare I say, remedial, oh my God, environment. Look at it. Just by implementing these simple policies. It's the environment in health, asthma epidemic, going to go away. CO2 emissions on the down. No one likes pollution. And just by implementing these simple things, we are stopping it as a problem. Well, obviously there's always going to be some amount of pollution, but it's not excessive. We are not hurting the environment as bad as we would given what we are normally doing, as you could kind of see at the beginning. And oh god, that's blurry. And as you can see, one of our most popular policies with the public is one we did for the environment. Look, microgeneration grants, recycling, CO2, and what's our least popular? Creationism versus evolution. Compass that's really, it's pretty right-winged. I guess because we didn't change any other things. But look at all the good we've done. Unemployment went up, but who really cares? We're the Green Party. We don't care about jobs. But at least the poor made money. That's something. More people are smoking, more people are drinking, there's less tourism. But overall in all, as you can see, just by implementing simple ways to help the environment, simple policies, we helped boost the economy when the world economy is crashing, increased health, helped the environment, all with a couple, not even, just like maybe one, the petrol tax was like 20% increase, but 1% carbon tax, 1% airline tax. Very, very small. Like, you may have to pay, like, maybe a couple extra dollars when you go on an airline now. Just so we have a clean environment. In turn, I believe that it is necessary to give political and economic resources to help the economy. It's almost like, why would you not? it does so much good, and it's so overlooked. It is a necessity, and it must be done. But that is going to do it for us today, and you're probably tired of hearing my voice. So, till the next time, I will see you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful life, and goodbye.